Hey everyone, so I'm doing this video to show you folks a little section of my page that I'd really like to get a little more love if that's alright with you. And yes, I will be updating Moon Sisters soon because I need to add the Amazon links to where you can purchase episodes of Sailor Moon. I need to look into, I think iTunes has Sailor Moon, and I know for a fact Pluto has Sailor Moon and Sailor Moon Crystal legally for free on a 24-hour channel, which I am in love with, as you can imagine. So I do need to add those links eventually. But I usually try to have links to where I know you can legally watch Sailor Moon Crystal, and Sailor Moon Eternal, some paid and some free. So I try to keep those up on the front page because I do want everyone to, do the right thing and support the series legally without bootlegging it. But anywho, that's enough of that. So we're going to scroll past the TV box. Do you like how big it is? Good, it's going to get bigger. I'm on my phone, so my website looks a little bit different than what I'm used to seeing. I usually check it out on a laptop. But anywho, we're going to come on down here to the Dream Glow. And right where we see our Linky Dinky Reeky Doos, we're going to click on that. This is my links page. It is for collections of links to other Sailor Moon websites, Sailor Moon blogs, and again, it looks a little different on a laptop than it does on a phone, but whatevs, I'll figure that out later. Anywho, there we go, scrolling like so. So I try to categorize the websites by what's official, this needs an update, general Sailor Moon pages, character-specific pages, but what you may notice is that a lot of these pages are actually archive links. That is because, sadly, ever since Moon Sisters started, there's been a wane in Sailor Moon websites. When I was a tween girl and Sailor Moon was really popular, there were tons and tons of these websites just everywhere. Some of them with misinformation and some of them with good facts and a lot with downloads and such. And over time, I want to say, let's see, Moon Sisters started in 2005. It was like 2006, 2007. I started noticing a lot of these sites were disappearing. Some of it was because certain website owners, they got really nasty when it comes to copywritten characters, whatever. And then sometimes it was just because some of these pages were on Angel Fire, AOL Hometown, and GeoCities, and after a while they stopped accepting new websites. GeoCities exists as an archive unto itself, and then the original sites that you could go to, Angel Fire, Tripod, what have you, a lot of them just kind of deleted a lot of these old websites. So a lot of the links that you find are going to be through the Internet Archive through their Wayback Machine. So I'm going to take you to the Sailor Moon Sanctuary, and we're going to essentially go back in time. This is a capture of the website from February 2nd, 1999, and this was just moments before this website went away forever. This was one of my favorite websites to go to. It wasn't the first website I saw, but it was the third ever website I saw for Sailor Moon. And this was actually how I found out about the Starlights, Chibi Chibi, and Sailor Saturn. Because my first interaction with the Outers was in an issue of On America magazine. They had this article on stuff that we weren't seeing out of the 65 episode package from Deke at the time. And it had a big picture of Uranus and Neptune, and then a tiny picture of Sailor Chibi Moon. So this website I found right after I read that article, and it sort of filled in the gaps. Specifically, here we go. I don't know how much of this has survived. Okay, not a lot. There used to be more pictures here. But specifically the Sailor Moon Summaries page was where I got caught up on everything that was being withheld from broadcast. So this was my first overview of all 5 seasons, and it updated right as Sailor Stars ended in Japan. And this was pretty cool. You know, there's a couple of little hiccups here and there in some of what's there, but this was my first ever interaction with some of these other characters. And this website holds a very special place in my heart, and it actually inspired me to eventually do Moon Sisters once I started it in 2005. Now, another reason why I'm doing this video is because you're going to notice on the tops of some of these pages, you're going to notice a blue box about the Internet Archive's current fight. Now, you may remember a couple weeks ago I did a video about how we need to stop censoring our history because it's stupid and you shouldn't do it. And I talked a bit about my family history and why this is so important to me. Well, now things are getting really out of hand. We've got politicians wrongfully going after libraries and threatening to jail librarians. Why? For lending books, which is their literal job. But Internet Archive also has a lot of books up that you can borrow and you can read, just like a digital library. A lot of the books they have are in the public domain and have been for many, many decades, longer than a lot of us have even been alive. And some politicians are not happy with that. And Internet Archive just lost an internet case where somebody got them on copyright infringement for lending a book just like a real library does. And a lot of us don't really think that's fair, and we're all concerned that something's going to happen to the Internet Archive. Now, without this website, that's it. All this history you're looking at right here, it goes away. It goes away forever. That's just all there is to it. So, whatever we had in our past, whatever picture galleries or cute little website informations that we had, it all goes. All of our old internet entertainment disappears. And I kind of sort of don't want to see that. In fact, I don't think anybody would really want to see that. So I'm asking you, while these links are available, while I can have them up, to check them out. There's a lot of really cool websites on here that are no longer around. Like this one here, the Chibi Moon Multiverse. This actually challenged how I look at Chibiusa. I didn't used to be a big fan, and then I found this website, and I started getting into the manga, and I started realizing that this character was actually pretty darn cool. And if I hadn't have found this website, you wouldn't be looking at Moon Sisters at all right now. No, we're not downloading any files, thank you. But there's a lot of neat websites that I have up on here. Some of them are from '97. I think there's one somewhere that might even be older than that. Like right here, I have a couple of links hidden throughout for the Anime Web Turnpike. And when you click on it, well, not only do you get like all these old Sailor Moon websites, and good God, some of them load and some of them don't, just FYI. But like, aside from that, they have a lot of other old anime sites in general. Like if you click on the Anapike here, okay, maybe it's not loading. It's not loading right. But like if you go through the whole site, there's like Tenchi Muyo pages, there's pages in different languages, like here's a Portuguese page. Oh hey, that actually loaded. Well hey, how about that? Some of the websites in other languages had some pretty impressive stuff on there too, kind of futuristic stuff. You can't really tell in some of it, but there's a couple of websites I went to that were really inventive with like little games that they had. I'm not sure how many of them will work on a smart device, but it's something that I think should be archived. So if you get the chance and you just want to have some fun, you just want to goof off, maybe if you're an older Sailor Moon fan, just go through one of these pages and like remember what it was to make you fall in love with this show, I need to update that link too. Well, that's a little embarrassing. But like, if you just want to like go through these links and maybe find something that was special to you when you were younger and just have some fun, maybe play a game that might still work, you know, this is a great way to do that. And I think they could use the extra traffic right now. This would really help out the Internet Archive. And I'm not going to say like donate or anything, but that might be a good idea too. You know, plus you can find like old opinions, old jokes about Sailor Moon. There's a lot of really neat stuff hidden on here. So come to moonsisters.org, check out the links section, and just come have some fun.